Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are here in game number 2 of 4 of the PUBG Reddit Christmas Tournament. I am Jorisar, observing is Sam Walton, and we have more shooty action for you coming right up. Before we begin, though, let's take a look at what happened in game number 1. Wasted Potential took first position with 11 kills to their name, scoring 410 points. In second place are the Fanny Packers, 355, 13 kills, very impressive indeed. And in third place, it's No Chicken For You with 280. So some early leaders there, establishing some very strong positions because they have quite a lot of kills between them. But we have to forget all about it now because all attention focuses on this game number 2 even. Oh, wow. That was a terrible moment for my throat to decide to bypass my lungs. Jesus. All right, let's hop onto the plane and see where it's coming from. And it looks like we have, a pretty flat plane. We're kind of going from a 4 o'clock to an 8 o'clock sort of position there. So, as always, this is a game of chicken. Who goes mill base? Of course, if this was a public game, 95 out of 100 people would be in mill base. As we all know, that might not happen. Look at this, everybody going north. Sosnovska Island being avoided like it is the source of all hay fever allergies, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, are we going to get 0 people on mill base? Come on. We're actually going to get 0 people on Military Island. Oh, Dre. Yes, there we go. Come on, Twister. I know I can count on you. Drave, Twister, Brucey, and Basin Switch have eventually decided to Novo it up. And it looks like Victor Strand, Blaze Plays, and Spike are going to be making a rather late call, I have to say, to go on to the west side of Sosnovska. But they do manage to make it there. And Kawai, I don't even know how to pronounce that anymore, and I kind of give up. A hero with the Silence Car 98K in game number 1 is going to be making a little bit of a lonesome descent onto Sosnovska in game number 2. Now, of course, Twister's team have to be in Novo so that when we get the Zarky circle, Twister can spend 5.5 minutes outside the blue and then go, guys, I need a pickup. And we get to continue the story from where we left off in the previous game. We'll wait and see how that turns out. Pachinki looks like there are 2 teams there. And west of Gatka actually has quite a large number of people. I'm a little bit. Oh, no, it's just the one team. Oh, wow, they've got Pachinki to themselves. That's quite good. And, wow, Gatka's reasonably sparse at the best of times, but we have actually got several teams contesting the plains and surrounding buildings here. We watch Bergen parachuting down. I assure you that is not an empty field. There we go. The buildings have loaded in. And we'll see how well he ends up holding up here. He is in vaguely the same compound as another whole squad. So this could be very interesting. Mr. Goose there managing to pick off Krimsh. Going to have a little bit of a problem finishing him off, though, because the teammates are there. I think Krimsh is going to be able to call the save. No, he's not. Mr. Goose from inside the house going to finish Krimsh off. Rather brutal. And that is the P1911. So Gatka being the scene of early skirmishes here in game number 2. Not something you always see in PUBG, I have to admit. Have we got anybody north? Has anyone got... There's no way anyone could have gone as far as Zarky or Severity, right? No, there isn't. A couple of people in Lipovka, but that's about it. All the action still going on. It's handgun action here in Gatka, and ooh, that's going to be painful. Mr. Goose getting downed by Bergen. Mr. Goose doing the shooting originally, and now turns out he is going to be the victim as Bergen comes around from behind. We'll be finishing in by putting a couple of bullets into that backside. Abolition of Plays seems to have a micro Uzi and a VSS on the other side. So he's primarily going up against people with handguns. He has the potential here to just take everybody out. I think he's going to have to go all the way around the houses, though. Oh, he might be able to spot Bergen there. Those individual shots aren't going to do very much. We want to see some full auto VSS, but that's just... oh, dear. Wizard hat there. Almost taking his head clean off. And this looks like it's going to be a little bit of a 3v1. At that level of health, I'm not confident Abolition can go ahead and do this anymore. And indeed, he actually moves back behind that 2-story house with the slanted roof. Wizard Hat, I think, is going to get up onto the second floor himself, just peeking out of the balcony. Mainly listening now to see if he's going to run past the house. He doesn't mind a close quarters fight. He knows that he actually injured his enemy and got a couple of shots off. Picks up a first aid kit. Will again be taking a little bit of a peek. Abolition with the VSS still can be quite dangerous, though. Problem is, everyone knows where he is. All right, Millbase. Oh, Millbase is currently the home of Banana Goes Ham. And as we know, we give that man a rifle and just set him loose somewhere. Things could get rather interesting indeed. Spike Red Miss going down now. Koya is managing to take him out with the Scar. A reasonably painful close range as well. And that is Banana Man taking him out. Not to be mistaken with Banana Goes Ham, who is actually coming into the near vicinity now. Is that Blaze Plays? Oh, he's inside the building that Caius is thinking about going into now. I don't know if he's actually heard him as well. He's just crouch walking with the AK on the second floor. They could end up going in there. And Victor Strand will be the first victim of Banana Goes Ham in this particular game. Koyas is on the roof, where Blaze Plays is on the second floor. And Johnny47 looking like he's going to join him on the roof. Blaze Plays is not having the time of his life. Hold up in that room so far. I don't actually think people know that he's there, though. Obviously, they're aware that Victor Strand has a teammate somewhere, but beyond that, not that clear. Creeping, by the looks of things, the fourth teammate is going to be on the ground floor by the scaffolding. And he has got what I think is a Car 98K. It is indeed. But does he have a scope for it? Yeah, okay, he does. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So he is patiently looking out. Oh, and that's Banana Goes Ham in his crosshairs, but a little bit of foliage, shall we say, getting in the way there, preventing him from getting a clean shot. Blaze Plays now, making his position known. And trying to get out of this building in one piece. It's effectively a 1v3. The guys don't necessarily know 100% where he is. The problem is the guys are on the roof, so it's really difficult for Blaze Plays to hear exactly where they are. As soon as he realizes they're not on the same level, oh, he spots Banana Goes Ham. He's trying to get those shots off. Banana Goes Ham getting very close to getting taken down there. Both of them going down to about 50% health. And now he's telling his teammates, guys, get down from off the roof. There is someone in this house. Let's go ahead and take him out. Professor and Johnny now joining them on the other side. And we have Koyas coming down as well. So it is now a full 4v1. Where on earth was the Car 90? Oh, never mind. Hang on a second. They're coming very close to the room right now. They just ran straight by. He's going to be in one of these doors. Which one is it? Johnny goes in. Can't spot anyone. Oh, he does now. And Blaze Plays goes down. Now, Blaze Plays' teammate, who was underneath the scaffolding, looks to be gone now. Where on earth has he... Wow, the creeping Bam has managed to travel quite a way, and I don't think that was on a vehicle as well. So clearly his teammates told him to get inside the circle. Get away from me. All hope is lost. Save yourself. And he's gone ahead and done just that. Now... looking up north, Jay Wicks managed to get himself Stalb away. Very impressed with them. So that would be the team to finish second. Last game, the Fanny Packers with Paishiro and co. Currently on 355 points. Managing to be where absolutely nobody else is. Having a great time looting just by themselves in this game. So they're going to be enjoying that position particularly well. Hey 90 and Clemay are in Stalba in the meantime. They're kind of chilling out. Jonesy, we are watching him now in Pachinki. Running around with a shotgun. Swapping out for some more ammunition by the looks of things. But I don't know. The team is pretty strong. I believe they were the only team that ended up landing in Pachinki in this game number 2. So Max Reynolds, Some Saint, and I Soda Pop will be completing that foursome. And so far, they've had a very pleasant start to the game. But look at this team out to their west. They were not there at the beginning. I think they traveled there from Gatka. That is going to be Skyhawks. Who else is on his team? I think I saw Mubi there. I did indeed. So Mui, Sir Dark, and Raiko are going to be making up that squad of 4. On the outskirts of Pachinki, slowly moving in. That is going to be Wasted Potential, the winners from game number 1. Potentially looking at an invader into Pachinki. We also have a crate on the map that spawned to the west of Ruins. I do not think anybody at all has gone even remotely close to this yet. Stakes reasonably high. Adrenaline syringe, M24, and a level 3 helmet in that bad boy. And wow, the creeping Bam going... He's going places, man. This guy is absolutely looting his mind right now. And he might as well. He's the lone survivor of that firefight. He's also going to be the only person going across the West Bridge at this rate. And what is going on here? Is this Twister in a car going into the circle before the blue hits him? That's unusual. Looks like he'll be able to do that. And actually, to be fair, the early crossing over the bridge could end up working in their favor. They could attempt to bridge camp any other teams right now. That could be very, very good for their chances a little bit later on in this game. We'll wait and see how they do. To my knowledge, there is no team to the north side of this bridge. Indeed, there is not. Oh, Stink Butts is the other side of the gas station in one of these buildings here, but I think he's on his own at the... No, he's not on his own at the moment. He's got one teammate with him. That's really about it, to be honest. They like vaguely hear them driving off into the distance, but it looks like bridge camping is not something they're going to be particularly interested in. Who else is comfortably outside the circle? We have a team in Primorsk. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Because Primorsk, it's rather difficult to get vehicles there, to be honest. You don't always have the necessary transportation to take you further into the circle. So let's see where this team are at. It doesn't look like Moo has a car to call his own. Trills also running back towards Moo. And, oh dear, Doritos Mac or Doritos Smack, depending on how you want to read that. Is continuing to run along the road looking for a vehicle. This is prime pub game. I'm going to run you over kind of territory, by the way. FYI. But Kubi does actually have a vehicle, and he's returning to pick these guys up. Now, is that a bike, or is that a vehicle capable of holding all four of them? Let's go ahead and take a look. It is! It's a Dacia! There we go. It's Pikachu yellow, if anyone's wondering. That's the technical Dulux color for this car. It's an Eastern European special. Alrighty. So trying his best to stay outside of the blue for as long as possible, but we are going to have to pick people up and eat a little bit of damage. Kubi is going to be playing chauffeur duty for the rest of the team, and they will be able to get out of Primorsk. Now, Georgia Paul is going to be a tinderbox. Absolute tinderbox. We're going to have several teams going into the circle, and if they all go towards the main road heading towards ruins, we could actually see 3 different squads meeting each other in the next 5 minutes. Wait and see if that ends up being the case. Docker and Snoop are going to have to head out very, very soon indeed. They're in crate. AXR and Finn, the other half of that team, looting away nice and happily, but North George are going to be joining them very soon. And that is Impulse, Exclusive, Eurofizz, and Muller, who are now just inside the circle, but now arguably within scoping distance of the team at the crate, so they have to be very careful. And then to their south as well. Oh, hey, 90 coming in towards... Oh, dear. That's going to be pretty painful. Coming in towards the fanny packers in a house that, well, they're all going to be looking out of momentarily. It is only 2 out of 4 of them, though. Jay Wick is still kind of chilling out near Stalber. This is just Banana and Paishira. I say just. They got quite a lot of kills between them, if I recall correctly. So these guys obviously have to watch out. Well, if they're not going to be able to see them, they're not going to be able to see them, but they certainly should know better than to full-on engage if there isn't a full 4 there. Here comes Hey 90 in the vehicle. They can hear them coming. Banana spots them over the ridge. Are they going to start taking pot shots? They're thinking about it. Looks like they're going to tactically let them run on by. They had the option to get the first shot in and decided against it. Jay Wick now coming into the circle. Maybe, I guess they weren't sure how many people were in the vehicle and knew that they were only 2. So it could have ended up being slightly tricky. Can understand the mentality there for sure. Hersey, looking like he's in the police academy in Yasnaya. On the move. He's actually going to have to be on the move reasonably shortly. There's quite a long way to go, I have to say. And unless they have a vehicle readily available for them, they are not going to enjoy that run. I can tell you that much now. In the meantime, everyone on Military Island has made it into the circle. And wow, Twister's made it quite far into the circle. The creeping Bams slowly moving across. That's going to be such a painful swim, but he will be able to make it in at the end. Royale Waster and Co. a little bit in the middle of nowhere right now, possibly looking for another vehicle. Just kind of slowly setting their way into the circle. Yeah, they know they have such a long way to go there. And most of the vehicles on this road appear to have already been taken. In fact, oh, hang on a second. I think that's CJ and G Pride's going towards Draven. I do not think they're part of the same squad. So let's go ahead and double check that. If they continue moving along this road, they have a buggy and a motorbike. If they go north along this road, they're going to run straight into Brucey Drave, rather. Or Drucy Brave, depending on which game you're playing. And there we go. The first pot shots are coming off. They want to grab these vehicles. And that's J Pride's going down very, very quickly indeed. Knocked out. Are they going to try and save him and take this battle? Or are they just going to keep going? Bait and switch moving around the south side. It does look like they've stopped, guys. So we are going to see a fight here, and it will unfortunately be a fight to the death for one of these teams. CJB looking to see where the threat is coming from, having a little bit of difficulty identifying bait and switch at the moment. I think that's the person he was trying to look for in the tree. Twister coming around on the other side, and don't forget, Bruce has an excellent position on the left of that rack. Jesus Christ, what is that magazine doing out the front of the... I don't even know what gun that is, but it certainly doesn't look like an M16 to me. It looks like they are getting in the vehicles and hightailing it. But they're trying to pick people up. They need to... They basically want to get all four of them out. They don't necessarily want to take this fight, but they don't want to leave anyone behind either. They are between a rock and a hard place, and soon that hard place is going to be filled with bullets. Bait and switch coming very, very close to Jay Prides right now. And if he gets above this little ridge, he's going to be able to get an excellent shot off on both of them. There we go. They're just the other side of that vehicle, and Bait and switch needs to be careful. Jay Prides now coming on out, looking for the shot. Kills CJB. And Twister finishes off Jay Prides. That was rather painful, if I do say so myself. Liv Bailey's going, please no. Guys. Like, that was sufficient sort of not shooting that made me think, okay, the colors in the game are quite similar. Are they actually teammates? And I'm going, no, he's definitely not on Drave's team. What on earth is going on there? But that is that team wiped out. And Drave and Co. will get 4 kills to the name, an extra 40 points on the leaderboard. Very, very useful indeed. And that would put them into a very commanding position if they follow that up with a win as well. Currently more than 50 points clear on top of the leaderboard of the next best. Moving on now, who else is still outside the circle? Let's go ahead and take a wee peek. People tend to be okay. The Creeping Bam's going to make it in. Stinkbutts is in a boat, but he'll be fine. Is he in the same team as Professor Pablo? Oh, he's not going to come up on the cliff anyway, so that's fine. That won't actually end up being an engagement. Skyhawks, in the meanwhile, are taking a look at another team over the way. And they have spotted them, but can't really get any clean shots off just now. That is AXR Dockers. And the guys that we happen to see over in George a little bit earlier, I believe. Oh, we just got news that Liv Bailey's game crashed, unfortunately. So that's their contribution to the game over, unfortunately, just as the engagement was happening. That's rather brutal. And now we have Isoda Pop and Co. taking pop shots at the barn. That is a rather big opening. Very difficult to actually get a good amount of cover if you're firing outside of the barn. Inside, it's a little bit of a different story. But if you were targeting people on the hills or on a building, immediately outside, for example, it tends to be a lot more difficult of an endeavor. There just aren't that many angles for you to peek out from. There are a grand total of about 2. Fenga now moving around the side. Max Reynolds there by the tractor does get spotted, but isn't hurt at the moment. And the barn is effectively surrounded by multiple sides. I want to see some Saint come around the back, personally. We'll wait and see. Max Reynolds has been tagged once or twice. Some Saint with the Mini 14. And Donar actually coming around the back there. He is looking for a way to get more than one angle on this barn. Max Reynolds running back because he can see there are 2 people here. Oh, he's got a crossbow as well. Go on, use the crossbow. Do it, my son. I believe in you, Max. I believe in you. Sally is going to get knocked down, but I think there will be plenty of room for Fengo to go ahead and lift them up. If it wasn't for the fact that a frag grenade was going to finish it off. So that's really well thrown by some Saint. Now they're in a lot of trouble because Fengo's going to have to retreat further into the barn. He is on about 1/3 HP right now. And these guys could actually push in now if they wanted to. This is a very, very dangerous position for them to be. The only thing stopping them is Donar trying to put some cover fire down to dissuade them from effectively fighting a 3v1. Unfortunately, it's a matter of time, but also fortunately, there is a UAZ in here. So maybe they will choose to get into the vehicle and disengage. Oh, they can't. There's no tire on that. Oh, well, that's awkward. Well, they're going to have to run away, keeping them directly behind them. This is not the easiest of things because if another squad happens to see them in their line of fire, they're basically toast. But what other choice do they have? Wizard Hat, the closest available squad, and it looks like they are looking north towards the edge of the circle rather than these guys around the warehouse. Okay, so that's the situation in the northwest of Pachinki. Ruins, in the meantime, has another firefight happening. Impulse struggling to stay alive here, looking like that he has been pinned down with Exquisite by the guys from Georgia Pool earlier. That is Snoop, Docker, and Co. And they're fighting to get into the circle as well. These guys are nowhere close to the absolute middle of the circle, so they want to finish this fight as quickly as possible and then move on. But obviously, the longer this goes on, the more pressure this puts on the team that are further out. And you can see Impulse now just trying to run, trying his luck, and saying, actually, I'll buy some time. I'll get into the circle and ask you guys, or leave you guys, rather, to solve the problem of how you guys are going to get in. Felsum finishing off Sydney and Wizard Hat by shooting a vehicle dead in the middle of the screen. Bergen, you can see, is still alive there. But that does not look like a happy dasher by anybody's imagination. Nope, that house was definitely not a good one to approach. Can confirm. This could... Oh, this is rather frustrating. Jonesy and Isotopop are stuck on the roof of a building where there are 4 people underneath them. Some Saint and Max Reynolds. I mean, they're trying to rush over to help now to actually make this a genuine 4v4, and they're outside the building, so it looks like they're surrounded on both sides. This is... Oh my goodness, this is tricky indeed. They can't actually use the door. Frag grenades downwards are potentially possible. Max Reynolds is now coming up behind this team. Oh, that's an excellent Molotov as well, keeping Max Reynolds pinned down behind the door. Max Reynolds knocks out Cameron, though. Cameron poking his head up maybe just a little bit too far. And is that going to be the sign for Jonesy to come on down? Isotopop has jumped down, but Jonesy is still on the roof. Is he able to hold his own? He is. He manages to knock down 2. There's only 1 left. Bee's Knees now coming up, trying to kill everybody. Max Reynolds managing to get a big piece of the action. Oh no, he's going to go down if he allows him to reload. But there's somebody else here. He manages to take out Max Reynolds, but he goes down himself. Is Max Reynolds dead? He is, unfortunately, but the team managed to survive. Jonesy, some say an Isotopop with 5 kills between them, continue to survive. And really unfortunate that they lost Max Reynolds there. I think they were about half a second away from being able to keep him alive as well, because the person who killed him was in the middle of reloading. But wasted potential continue. Their dreams are alive for a second win in a row, which would put them in an incredible position here. Hersey gets taken down from range. Snoop has been pretty good here, I have to say. From range here, using that SKS to its full potential. And they have got a vehicle with them as well, so they don't actually have to worry too much. Ooh, nice flowers in the passenger seat. Don't have to worry too much about the circle really closing in on them. And I think Snoop is actually going to be a very, very aggressive mover, driving the car towards the enemy, looking for an alternate angle. Jay Wick getting picked just a little bit from the hill there. And neither of these teams are inside the circle as well. And that is Twister and Drave. So 2 accomplished snipers. And they only have 1 window to focus on right now, so that could end up being very tricky for them indeed. 29 seconds till the circle closes in, though. They have to think about what their positioning looks like in a couple of minutes' time. And they're going to have to run straight past these guys. That's going to be the problem here. Drave already legging it down the mountain, realizing that they're on the right-hand side and less likely to see him. Wick, Banana, Paishiro. Oh, coming down the mountain, and that's Banana getting knocked out. So this is a pretty serious sniper battle going on here, and I have to say, Jaywick, Drave, and Twist are doing an incredible job so far. Steven also going down. That's 2 out of 4. Where is Paishiro? Paishiro running to Steven's aid, but Brucey coming in through the door. That's an M4, possibly on full auto, and he is coming in through the ground floor. But are these guys going to be in position to stop them? Twister finishing off Banana. All this time, by the way, the circle is moving in. I wonder if it's better for these guys just to go ahead and get in a vehicle and run at this point and allow Pyshiro to fend for himself. That's Jay Wick down as well. Pyshiro and Steven now, the two remaining people. The circle getting ever closer, very, very slowly, but absolutely inevitably. And the grenades peppering. Steven managing to knock down Drave. Twister getting ambushed from the side as well. Pyshiro knocking out Twister. And Brucey managing to take out Steven, but Pyshiro is still alive and on the second floor. You are now in the blue zone. Can they crawl to safety, or can they revive and then instantly use a bandage and still find a way to heal up? I don't know the answer to that question, unfortunately. Drave now getting knocked outside of the play zone. Who else is in? Bait and Switch is in, and Brucey appears to be in. Pyshiro looking for those kills. Very close to taking out Brucey, and Pyshiro goes down. Bait and Switch managing to finish him off with the M416. A very, very close fight there, but it looks like wasted potential. We'll be able to eliminate the fanny packers a lot earlier in this game with 27 people still alive. And if Bait and Switch can bring up Drave as well, they'll have 2 people going into the next circle. Mega Joe Master, in the meantime, some excellent long-range shots to take out Docker. Oh my goodness, but geez, that was powerful. Finn also taking him out with the Kar 98. It turns out he was the last person on his team. So Mega Joe Master is going to find his story ending there specifically for game number 2. But not before we saw a shot that could easily become part of the reel of how his team performed in this tournament. Some pretty good shooting there. Banana goes ham. Of course he's still alive. He's going ham. What do you expect? He's got a silent sniper rifle. He's looking for additional kills, looking for more heads to hang above his mantelpiece at home. If that's a thing you do. Maybe it is in PUBG. Running from proxy by the looks of things. They just want to focus on getting to the next circle and not be too worried about this particular engagement. That field looks like someone tried to toast it on one side and didn't do a particularly good job. There we go. That's a giant George Foreman grill is what that field is. Oh, bait and switch. You're going to have to do a lot of baiting and switching if you're going to come out of this one alive, mate. There's 4 people in there. Oh my goodness. Well, he's definitely doing it. Oh my goodness. 1v4. This guy knows no fear. I think Brucey's behind him as well, maybe. Proxy Demon going down as well. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful stuff. But the blue zone is going to prove to be a little bit of a problem. Bait and switch now. Oh man. He needs to heal up, and he needs to heal up fast. There we go. They are dead, but what can Bait and Switch do? He is quite far outside the circle. He needs to heal and go, go, go. But I don't actually know if he has enough meds to do that. We can't actually see inside his inventory, unfortunately. So the circle going towards the west side of Pachinki. Now Bait and Switch is in a car. He's so close to getting into the circle. One more tick, and oh no, he doesn't quite make it, but does he crawl into the circle to make it for Drave? Yes, he does. That is about as close as you can get, ladies and gentlemen. The car, wow, rolling to a stop a couple of trees down as well. That is quite literally as close as it can get. So well done to him for doing that. Quite literally, not a second too soon. And that means these guys are going to be one of the 4 final teams. Banana Goes Ham still has a full team with him. Isotopop, Some State, and Jonesy343 are there as well. Drewsy, Brucey, Pinky, and Clyde are still up and about. And this looks to be a little bit of a sniper battle either side of the circle here. Some Saint looking to see if he can get a shot off, but he has to be careful because that is a full squad in that barn who are not looking his way at the moment. So anything he fires could draw unwanted attention his way. 30 seconds left to go until the circle descends on this compound, which everyone is fighting for. Banana Goes Ham looking to be the team to try and secure that. Banana Goes Ham, by the way, is part of No Chicken For You, who finished 3rd in the last game with 9 kills. So no coincidence that they are in the running this time around. Johnny47 looking for a couple of cheeky shots on Isotopop, but unfortunately not getting anything there. Managing to get some Saint, though, and tagging him 3 times basically in the face. That was rather painful indeed. Not finishing him off, though. Impulse going down now from the Kar 98K. Koyas was really strong with the Kar 98K in the last game, and so he proves to be in this game as well. Some Saint now getting knocked down outside the play zone. Those shots proving to be a little bit too much, considering the blue zone was going to be coming in very quickly. They're going to have to go down to 2. Isotopop, though, unfortunately going down. And geez, that is it. Some Saint dies finally, and all of a sudden that squad is out, and I believe that is wasted potential out of the game. So, no shame in that. 2 teams left. I think they were the number 3 team, but don't quote me on that. We will wait and see the results. It is now 2 teams. Drave, Bait and Switch, and Brucey versus Koyas, Johnny47, Banana Goes Ham, and Professor. And No Chicken For You are looking like they are in position to try and take this game. It is 4 effectively v2 because one of these guys is currently down. Brucey by the tree, just kind of chilling out behind the UAZ there. And Koyas with the flank coming on in. He's got a Scar to try and finish the job. Here he goes, incredibly close. Now here comes a potential spray. Spray 1, spray 2, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Banana Goes Ham, Koyas, Johnny47, and Professor Pablo. What a beautiful 19 kills between them. Banana Goes Ham really did go ham, ladies and gents, as No Chicken For You absolutely stamped their authority all over game number 2. Bait and Switch, Twister, Brucey, and Drave will finish in 2nd place with a very commendable 11 kills. Impulse, Exclusive, Muller, and Eurofizz will be in 3rd place with just the 3 kills between them, but excellent positioning, and I stand corrected from before. Some Saint, Jonesy, Isotopop, and Max Reynolds will come by in 4th place, but they have got 12 kills between them. So we'll update the leaderboards for you and give you an updated overall score before we come back with game number 3. But for now, make sure to go ahead and follow the channel and give them your subscription as well, so we can try and get some prizes for the community games later on at twitch.tv/PUBG Reddit. You can also go ahead and throw me a follow at twitter.com/Jorisar and Facebook, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. But I will be on Twitter for the rest of the series, fielding your questions and comments from these games. We'll see you for game number 3.